All righty, welcome everybody. Welcome to this special edition of Doug's Dugout, the World Series postseason edition. So for those of you that were confused by the intro, it's just that I didn't have an intro for tonight, specifically for this special edition. So Doug, welcome back. It's been a while.
It's been a while. I'm glad to be back. Let's talk baseball.
I know. It's the first in a year since, I didn't get sick and made it this far.
There you go. This time last year, I think you were sick, wasn't you?
Yes, I was hospitalized. So,
yeah.
So, I missed the World Series completely.
Yep.
So, what's going on, Doug? I know that there's a lot happening right now. We're actually in postseason. So, you want to give us a little bit of some information as to what's going on?
Yeah, some stuff that's going on in baseball. The season ended about a week ago or so, and as always, there was a couple of managers that got fired or they was forced to retire, whatever. The Giants lost their manager.
Yeah.
And he'd been there for he's kind of long in the tooth, good baseball man, and Bob Melvin, and I think he's going to move up to a different position as far as um, maybe in head of the farm system or something like that, because the guy in charge of the Giants, a guy named Buster Posey, he was a Giants catcher for about 10 or 11 years. They were good friends. So anyway, they'd make the Giants didn't make the playoffs. So he moved on. The Rangers manager, um, he got fired or was asked to resign. Yeah. And so I think they haven't replaced him yet. And then the Angels, their manager uh, he was sick all year, most of the year, with a heart attack, and so the front runner for that job is the rumor is Albert Pujols.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And Cardinals, okay, man, the Cardinals really sucked this year, and their general manager, he retired, John Mozeliak, after 30 years, and he should have been gone 2 years ago, in my opinion. And there's a new kid in town named Chaim Bloom. He was a young phenom for Tampa Bay and for Boston. He's a big farm system guy, so I guess he's going to rebuild the Cardinals for next year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I think
Well,
that's about it for right now. Oh, Skip Schumacher, an old Cardinal, one of my favorite Cardinals. Okay, came up through the farm system and stuff. He's the new manager of the Texas Rangers.
oh wow.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah.
Skip's a good man. Yeah.
Well, one of the
So after the
things,
World Series, there'll be a lot more.
yeah, there'll be a lot
Yeah,
more shakeups.
more shakeups.
All right. So basically,
Okay,
we put
where do you
together a
want to start?
map here. Well, wanted you to lead us through the map here. So on the American League side, it looks like the Yankees won a wild card position. Is that true?
Yeah, and they played Boston, I think, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Boston in a wild card game,
Yeah. So the
so they're
winner
up for
of
the
that
division.
goes on to play the Toronto Blue Jays.
Right,
Do you
and
know
the Yankees are start.
game series that is between the Yankees and Boston, or have they already completed?
No, they're still playing. Let me look.
I know you sent me the standings, but I didn't get a chance to update.
Okay. Um, as of right now, um,
And by the
Toronto
way,
leads the
for anybody,
series. Yeah,
and
Toronto
by,
leads the series 2-1. The Yankees won last night, though. Okay,
okay,
they won pretty big. The thing about the Yankees now that um, Aaron Judge is getting real hot. He's hotter than a firecracker. He's hitting like 544, and he's hit some monster blasts. So and they're playing in Yankee Stadium for the next. I think they play tomorrow night. I think, and so it's going to be. Right now this series is at. Um, Toronto leads the series, but for 2 games to 1. But
mm-hmm,
like I said, they're playing the next 3 games in New York, so it's going to be a tough one for the
yeah,
Yankees. I mean, it's going to be a big series. Yeah.
yeah. Now their act Toronto is actually ahead of New York in the ALE East, right?
Well, they won. Okay, they're in the same division, but
Yeah,
Toronto won the division. Yeah, correct. So they got to sit down the first game. Okay,
right.
and
Yeah,
then now,
according
yeah,
to
and the
these
wild card.
standings, they won the
Yeah,
division. Correct.
right, right.
So they get a break.
They got a break. They're back playing
Right.
again now, though.
They're playing the Yankees.
They're playing the Yankees. They played in Toronto since they won the division. They got home field advantage for 2 games, and then they won both of those games, and then they traveled to New York City, and now they're playing in New York. New York gets to play in 3 games now, and it's the
So
best three
really,
of five.
the Yankees there, I should have an I should have them moved over to the divisional now, right?
Right,
Right. So literally this logo here needs to also go over here under divisional.
correct.
Right. Actually, I could do that now. Give me a second real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Do a copy. All right. That looks better.
Yep.
Yeah, I should have not put all these animations. All right. Okay. So now
Okay.
we've got the Yankees and Toronto playing for a conference spot, right?
Division. I mean, for they're playing for the American League Championship.
Correct. Right.
Yeah,
For some reason, somebody called it conference, but
that's
yeah,
football.
yeah, yeah. It must have been a football guy who put this together.
Must have been a football guy.
All right. So then Chicago. No, I'm sorry. That's not Chicago. That's Cleveland, right?
Right. Cleveland and Detroit.
Cleveland and Detroit.
Okay. Yep.
And Cleveland and Detroit. Cleveland won the division.
First game. Cleveland won the division.
Right.
Interesting story about Cleveland. In July, they were 15 games out of first place. And Detroit was in first place all year. Cleveland clawed their way up to the number one slot and won the division.
Now the winner, if there isn't a winner yet, plays the Mariners, right?
Yeah, they started playing last night, and um, Seattle, they've already played 3 games, okay? Seattle leads the series 2-1.
Against
Cleveland.
Cleveland. All right,
Yeah.
so let's update that one.
Take that back. I take that back. Yeah, you're okay, I think. I think we got that right.
All right. All right. So the winner of those two teams will go on to play for the American League championship.
Yeah, see, since Cleveland had the better record, Seattle's playing Detroit right now. So the winner between Seattle and Detroit will play Cleveland. But Cleveland hasn't played yet. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. So the
Yeah, they had the
winner
better
of
record.
Seattle
And Detroit.
and Detroit will go against each other.
Will
Right?
go against each other. Probably, I think it's tomorrow. Whoever wins the 3 out of 5, then they'll play. Detroit. Yeah, and then they'll turn around and play Cleveland.
Okay. All right. So then, on the National League side, as you mentioned, the Cubs, they won a wild card spot, but Milwaukee won
The division.
the division. Is that right?
Yep.
And has anything come out of who's going to play Milwaukee? They were playing against San Diego.
Yeah. The Cubs won. The Cubs were down by 2-1, but the won today, so they're even up with Milwaukee. Okay.
So,
First of all, San Diego's out of it.
okay.
There was a playoff game. They're out of it. Okay. So now the Cubs are playing Milwaukee.
All
And
right.
they're
So
tied
let's
up
go.
at
Yeah. Why can't baseball playoffs be as easy as the NFL?
I don't know.
All right.
Milwaukee's in the lead 2-1.
Okay.
Cubs would have been eliminated today if they would have lost.
Yeah. And then, of course, the LA Dodgers. Let's see here. They won the division, but San Diego had actually won a wild card, so that's not it. So the Reds, where did the Reds come in? The Reds.
They've already been eliminated.
The Reds are eliminated?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me go. So now this is that correct?
That would be correct.
Yeah. So basically, on the National League side, the whoever wins between the Cubs and the Brewers gets a spot for the championship on the National League. And then the Phillies against LA, the winner of that will go on also to play for the National League championship, right?
Right. The Dodgers are up 2 games to 0, so the Phillies have to play tonight. Right now, the score is 3-1 Dodgers. They're in the
Ah.
bottom of the fourth.
So the Phillies haven't won a single game since they played the Dodgers.
Correct. Correct.
And what series is that? 3 games or
It's the best 3 out of 5.
so if they lose again tonight, that's it, right?
That's it.
Or no?
Correct. Yep.
So LA gets
Yep.
to go and play in the championship. And
Right.
Chicago
And if
is where?
Chicago is
Between Chicago and the Brewers.
Milwaukee. Milwaukee's got 2 games. Chicago's got one.
Oh,
Okay. So they
nope.
got to. Chicago's got to win tomorrow.
Yeah. If they don't, they're out.
They're out.
And then on the American League side, what's the standings there between the Yankees and the Toronto?
Yeah. The Yankees in Toronto leads the series 2-1. So the Yankees have to win in order to stay in it.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I think the Yankees are hot, and I
Yeah,
think I think they're. I think
because of
they're
Judd.
gonna Judd. Yeah, and they got a couple other ball players that are hot too.
Yeah.
Ben Rice. Yeah, Ben Rice is hot, and Jazz Chisholm is hot. So I think if their pitching holds up, I think they're probably going to win that series.
Yeah. And then between the Mariners and Cleveland.
Actually, it should be the Tigers. I'm sorry.
I'm
You can
sorry.
knock the Cleveland out.
Hold on. Right.
Yeah, do your cut and paste. Yeah, bring the Tigers in there.
All right.
Okay. And on that series, um, Seattle leads the series by 2 games. So
Ah,
it's Seattle. Okay, so Detroit's got to win. Got to win the next game.
or they're out.
2-1. I'm sorry, 2-1. It's Tigers. It's 2-1. So Seattle 2 and the Tigers 1.
So they've got to win the third one. Otherwise, they're
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
And
They've
then
got to
what's
win.
the series length at the championship?
4 out of 7,
Okay.
and then they go into the World Series, and it's 4 out of 7 also.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then who
So
gets home field advantage in the World Series?
that I don't know. It all depends who had it last year. Last year it was the Dodgers and the Yankees,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah, Dodgers and the Yankees. So I think it'll probably be reverse. I think it'll be the Yankees and the Dodgers.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're
Well,
saying
my
you're saying
go
that
ahead.
your prediction is that the Yankees and the Dodgers are going to be back at the World Series.
I think so too. Hard to believe that the 2 highest payrolls will be back in the World Series again. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how screwed up baseball is right now. Dodgers got a good team. The Dodgers kind of underperformed all year. They had a lot of injuries. They always have a lot of injuries, and they kind of underperformed. They started out like a house of fire. but then in August they struggled. They came back a little bit in September, but they've got all their big guns back, and I think the Dodgers got a good team. I mean, they got just like I was watching the game a while ago, and their eighth place pitcher hit 20, or the eighth place hitter hit 27 homers this last
Oh
year.
wow.
Yeah. So they got Otani. Otani can pitch and hit now,
Yeah.
and he's pitching good and he's hitting good. And then their catcher's back. Will Smith, he's back. So it's going to be interesting between the Dodgers and the Yankees. I mean, hey, I'd like to see Seattle on the American League side. I would like to see Seattle get in it, but I
Yeah.
don't think they can get in it. Their catcher, Seattle's catcher, Cal Raleigh, he had a monster year. I don't know if he hit 60 homers, but he damn pretty darn close. And he was a switch hitter, and so they've got some guns in that lineup. But I just think this time of year the Yankees are gonna they always come through most
Yeah.
of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So probably I think it's going to be the for the National League and the American League Championship. I think the series is going to be the Yankees and Seattle. Okay,
Right.
and I think that for the National League Championship, I think it's going to be the Dodgers and Milwaukee.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely
And
know more tomorrow, right?
yeah, by the weekend we'll know quite a bit by the weekend.
Yeah. So when do you
But
think we
I
should
think
come back on the tube again?
I'd say probably next week, maybe Monday, Tuesday.
All right.
See, I think
Yeah.
Monday's usually a travel day, so we
Yeah.
could probably do Monday, I think. But it's interesting to note, though, the teams that have the highest payrolls are in the hunt, except for Milwaukee. Milwaukee doesn't have a high payroll. They have since Milwaukee's a small city, what they call a small city team,
Right.
small market team. Okay, they can't afford to hire free agents or give long term contracts. So they've developed everybody in their farm system. They got a lot of good young ball players. Now, do they have the experience to go all the way? We don't know, but I think they have the better pitching right now,
Yeah.
especially against the Cubs. The Yankees, I mean, they always go out and high payroll. They picked up some good additions. Like Goldschmidt, ex Cardinal. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he came up and he hit 50 points higher than what his average was last year. He was up 500 times or more, and he played a really good first base. He didn't. He only had 11 homers, and he only drove in about 50 RBIs. But with Aaron Judd and everybody else on that line, you really don't need somebody to hit a lot of homers because the other guys will do it. And I
Right.
think that was his problem in St. Louis. The last 2 or 3 years in St. Louis he played is that there wasn't. He was the only power St. Louis had,
Yeah.
and so they probably told him and said, "Hey, we need some home runs from you. Okay, we know your average is going to suffer, but we need some power from you." And Coach Mitch said, "Okay," and so that's what happened. That's the reason why his average went down.
Yeah.
But Yankees, and Toronto's got it. Ever since they signed, Vlad Guerrero Jr. to that long-term contract, and they've been healthy pretty much all the whole year. Vlad is having a monster year too.
Right.
And so
Well, we've got a Cubs fan come online, put some chat. He said, "How about them
Oh, really?
Cubbies?" Yeah.
What's he saying?
He just said, "How about them Cubbies?"
Well, they won today, but the wind was blowing. The wind was blowing in. When the wind blows in, not too many homers are hit.
Yeah.
When the wind's blowing out, a lot of homers are hit. And not
Right.
only that, the start time. Okay, the game started at 4 o'clock. So if anybody knows anything about Wrigley Field, the friendly confines, is that there's a shade that comes over half the field across the pitcher's mound.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really hard for the batters to pick up the pitch
Mm.
for the first couple innings. Now, of course, when it gets darker, well, that's different. But but they still. I mean, today they still hit. I think the Cubs hit a homer, and I think that Milwaukee hit a homer too in the
Oh wow.
first inning. There was a lot of
Yeah.
scoring in the first inning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Philadelphia's got a good team. I'm happy to say that Harrison Bader, ex Cardinal, he he's had a good year. He started out with Minnesota, and they traded him off to Philly because they needed a right fielder. I think he pulled his hamstring or something the other day, after making a great catch in the outfield. So he may be on the bench, but he batted the other day in the bottom of the ninth, I think it was, and got a big hit. So he can still hit, but I'm always happy to see Harrison Bader do well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ex Cardinals out there. You look at Twitter and all the other places about Bader. All these teams are littered with ex Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
You got Goldschmidt for the Yankees. You got Jack Flaherty for the Tigers. You've got um, Randy Azzarino for
Mm-hmm.
Seattle. You've got Tommy Edman for the Dodgers, and you got Bader for the Phillies. And you got a couple of Cardinals on the Cubs team too. Their catcher
Yeah.
Carson Kelly, yeah, he's an ex-Cardinal. So you know that's what happens when you cut payroll. These
That's
players go
right.
somewhere else.
When you show them the money, they go elsewhere.
That's right.
Yeah. All righty, Doug. Well, it was a great show tonight, and I apologize for not having all the updates on the chart. But as you know, these games were happening some during the midday, so we didn't get a chance to update them. But now we've got our
Yeah,
chart.
and they're playing right now too. We could, if you wanted to, we could scale this back to 8 o'clock if you wanted to,
Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
because it gets dark early now, and we're done riding bikes by 10 after 7
not a problem.
because we can't ride because the mosquitoes are so damn bad that you got the problem there too.
Oh, yeah. Plus, my pool's very green right now, so it's a
Oh
mosquito
man,
haven.
what does Kermit the Frog say? Is I'm proud to be green or
Oh, it's horrible.
whatever
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to get out there and clean it myself because the guy that came over today didn't really want to do it. So we'll see what happens, Doug.
Okie
Alrighty.
dokie.
Well, everybody, that is it for today's episode. Be sure to go out to YouTube and subscribe to Brownsville Tech Live. And if you're out on Facebook, please go out there and become a follower on Brownsville Tech Live and 956 Live. And also, Doug's
E-Beck
got
Trek.
his own channel, E-Bike Trek. Go out and see some of his videos and subscribe to his channel as well. So, alrighty, everybody. Well, y'all have a great night. Jaime Martinez, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the input, and we'll see you next week.
So long,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.